And a very good morning to you. We are now into Tuesday the 2nd of February. It's an absolute pleasure having your company on this very, very cold and snowy day, certainly here in County Durham. I hope you are well. If you are staying in today, which most of us are, let's face it, certainly here in the UK, we'll not go down that road. What we can then do is stay in, snuggled in, get your cup of tea, and then what you can then do is do a bit of crafting. We've got a jam-packed day lined up throughout the full day today on Crafters TV. Kickstarting, we are always getting some new viewers, new crafters tuning in, again, with everything that's going on in the world. So if you are new, you are going to be able to join me Monday to Friday for an hour from 9 AM here in the UK. And you can tune in, you can join in, and you can then even see my picks of some of the items coming up throughout the day. You guys stateside, I always say that you can always watch back because it is 4 AM Eastern Time, 1 AM Pacific Time. But, as I always say as well, you are always, most of you seem to be watching live. I know, you either get up or you're staying up and you're watching live. But wherever you are in the world, if you're not watching live at this, what's this, 9 minutes? 1 minute past 9, then you're able to catch up throughout Facebook, throughout YouTube, and of course our website. We're our website, you can shop and watch at the very same time. Talking about shopping and watching, what I actually want to do first is I want to let you know about our Get It, Got It Good. Now, you're going to be able to see this just in a moment. Check out this coming up on your screen in a few seconds. This is our Get It, Got It Good. It's all about runner, each tape runner. Each. Then you've got your red liner tape. You have got your Collall all-purpose glue, and of course it couldn't be an adhesive bundle without foam pads. Got to have the foam pads in there, which we have indeed. So that is across on the website. It's always worthwhile popping into your basket. Not the most prettiest of collections, but it's ones that you need. They're essential, hence the name Essential. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on. We're going to focus on something that's coming up kind of like first throughout the day. So that's going to be on Craftfall, 11 AM here in the UK, or it is 6 AM Eastern Time, 3 AM Pacific Time. Always remember, we have got a second Craftfall later on today, 7 PM here in the UK, 2 PM Eastern Time, or 11 AM Pacific Time. Now it's the exact same products, but it's completely different demos. And what we are doing is we are focusing on Sarah's signature, the Rose Gold collection. This is possibly the most popular collection she's done, and at the time, and actually even up to date, it's probably one of the biggest collections that she'd done. We've now got a tiny, tiny smaller bundle, and we've got that all together that you can see there. All together, 71 elements in total. It's a rose gold stamp and die cutting collection. We'll do a little bit of a focus on that shortly, but that one is half price. So that's your stamps and that's your dies. Full bundle, 71 elements. That's going to be coming up throughout the two shows on Craftfall. Then what we've got, it's Tuesday, so of course Tuesday, it's Treat Yourself Tuesday, but then it's also softer side as well. So we've got the Threaders Rotary Cutting Mat and Folder Ruler. So it's your two-piece here. Now I'm on my Todd in the studio. Well, I am in an oven. Well, I'll tell you a wee bit more about that in a moment, but I do have someone that's going to be Skyping in. We're going to have a bit of a chat as well. So I've got my very, very, very good friend and now a long-time friend of the family. She's going to be popping in just shortly as well. And I've even managed to get her on the line for a little bit longer because she's going to step me through this rotary trimmer. Because let's face it, soft crafts, I know nothing. But what I do want to say, while we go over to the next demo and area just shortly, is you might notice something a bit different. So just keep your eyes peeled and you might notice something a bit different in a wee moment. But what we're then going to do is, finishing off the show today, is we are going to be showcasing Knitwit. So this is all about the Bloom and Grace collection. So this is the Knitwit Bloom with Grace collection. We've got 16 elements, 4 paper pads in total. You're getting that nice saving in there that only launched last week, or only launched the week before in the US of A, and that's your full paper pad. You have then got obviously all of your different die cuts, etc, etc. Now, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this one? Check this one out. Now, not only do I have the full on camera, I've even got a cameraman today. We've got Sam in the room. We've got Sam. He is doing the free-flowing cameraman. Excellent work, Sam. Pleasure having your company today. And then just to say, as you know, it looks close up. Trust me, the camera is way back and we're nicely protected. Okie doke. So when we are now going to kickstart it, and this is all about what we're going to be doing is the Rose Gold Collection. Let's have a few hellos, see what you are all saying this morning. So we have got, it's live. Let me just hook up my, here we go. Bear with. I did, you know, it's, what's saying? It's, do you know what? It's, don't you just love technology when it's not working? Let's go, we'll go with the trusted phone. We've got Katie on YouTube. Good morning, Katie she's saying good morning, happy crafting to you and happy crafters. Debbie on YouTube she is saying hello from Texas. Well, hello to you. Ellie is on Facebook saying good morning, Craig, and everyone here. She is from Kent here in the UK. We've got Les Pedler on Facebook saying good morning. Sue King. We've got Irene on Facebook. As always, staying up to watch you from WA. Oh, I get it's not Wisconsin, isn't it? What? WA. Who knows? I'll get to terms with all of these as the time goes on. Wyoming, is it? I don't know. There we go. There's something for Mr. Google for you, Laura. We've then, we've got Sue King on Facebook from Durham, from snowy Durham. It is very, very snowy out there today. Get your comments at Washington, WA is Washington. Thank you, Laura. So get your comments coming in today. Let me know. We've got the strap coming up right along the bottom in a moment. So you can then get comment in. Treat Yourself Tuesday. So do let me know. Are you going to be treating yourself to anything today? Maybe a few crafty products. Maybe it's Tuesday, but who says that we can't have a takeaway on a Tuesday? You might have a takeaway, or you might just you're maybe going to do a bit of online shopping, you know, because well, that's all we can do, really, isn't it? Spend our money. So maybe you're going to be treating yourselves to something. So do let me know, or just come and say hello, say good morning, and let me know what you're going to be up to today. So what we're going to do now is we're going to focus on the Rose Gold Collection. So this launched last year, and it was obviously with Sarah. It was one of her signature collections. So you can see here. Now this is all about building. So we've got the gin goblet. Now that is something that my guest coming up very, very shortly knows all too much about, is the gin goblet. Then we've got the stamps. We've then got our sentiments. We've got our frames as well. We've got even these little, it's kind of like builder roses as well. So what you can then do is do die cutting. You can then, of course, put them into your card, onto your card. Many, many different ways that you can create your cards. Then what you can then do is then start to incorporate them within maybe like your scrapbook pages. Stampin' dies there. We've got, that could be the wedding cake, birthday cake. Got that delicate frame as well. Then we've got love, we've got wish, and there is the roses that you can see too. Let's give you a few ideas as to what you can do. So what we're going to do with these ones is looking on these finished samples. These are focusing on what could be the wedding cake. Always remember, once you stamp and die, you can always chop out. So we've got that nice wedding cake here where you're able to then do a bit of heat embossing if you want. Here is another one with that wedding cake. Now this has actually been chopped down once it's been stamped out, but then you've got the die along the top that says love, and then maybe you like to do your concept, so check out this one. So maybe you've got your Ultimate Pro or your scoreboard. You can see here we are starting to layer up all of these elements. The original paper pad that came with the collection is what's been used within these finished samples, but nothing stopping you whatsoever from using any of your other cardstock or pattern papers that you've got at home. So what we can then do is, let's do a bit of cutting. So what I want to do is, within the Sparkling and Shine, this is all about how you're able to create a shaker card. Now, if anything at the moment, we have then got our shaker card. So our shakers are so popular at the moment, have been for some while now, and you'll be able to keep making them for a long time. What we're then doing is, do you know that they're saying in my ear, are you a bit thirsty, Craig? Are you a bit thirsty? You need a top up of your tea. And I'm like, no. If you didn't happen to say, thank you, Erin. If you didn't happen to see last week's show, one of our talks was the words that we hate. I hate the word lush. Hate the word lush. Who done that? It was you, Laura, wasn't it? Nice. I'll stick to my cup of tea. You're a wee monkey, you are. That'll be good to actually store my pens and that in. You never know, be able to do that one. Thank you for that one, Laura. Die cutting. So let's bring in the goblet here, as I like to call it, the gin goblet. What we've then got is, I've got some cardstock ready to go. Yeah, just you laugh away, carry on, just you laugh away. I'll get my own back, somehow. What we're going to do is, we're going to use this die. Now, within our die, you're able to create your shaker element. So if I bring, where have I got a finished sample here? See, for a moment, when I seen Erin walk in, I thought, oh, I'm in trouble, I've done something already. We're like 11 minutes in and I'm already in trouble, but thankfully I'm not. Right, so here's one here that we've got. So this is what's enabling you to create that shaker. So whether you're wanting to put any of your glitter, your sequins, if you like to do your water aqua pen techniques with your salt grains, you can be using them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you kind of another way, simpler way in which you can create the shaker element. I've taken some of our Centura Pearl cardstocks. This is from our, I want to say our metal range. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this die. So what we can do is I'm going to use the main die as well as that inner part as well. So if I then bring this one in, I'm going to use this coppery colour or rose gold. The reason I picked these is I felt that they work well with the rose gold theme. What I can then do is I'm going to tape this down. So let's pop the goblet down. And then I'm going to pop that into the middle. You can do this bit separately if you want, although I am nice and, or I'm happy and I'm more than happy, he says, that it's nice. That mug has totally thrown me. Do you know that? That has totally and utterly thrown me, that mug. We can do the die cutting separately. I'm doing them together using my tape, low-tack tape, and I know that they're nicely secured. What that's going to do is that's going to give me that goblet shape. I'm going to then bring in another piece of cardstock that I've got here. So I've cut this one down to 5 3/4 for anyone that's wanting to know. And I'm then going to bring in what we've just die cut a minute ago. So if I bring this one, so you'll be able to see how we've started to get that die cut shape here. So if I move that out the way, then this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this die back in. And what I'm going to do is, let's just use this inner part. Now you can use this original one as a guide. So if there's a specific area you want to pop it, maybe you want to pop it in a slant. But this is going to be the actual core demo to show you how you can create this shaker. Actually, let's pop it at a slant. But always remembering that these are coming up later on today on Craft Vault. So let's pop that into there. Now, at the moment, you might be thinking, Craig, what are you doing? I'm thinking that myself. I'm joking. I know what I'm doing. We're then going to move this into our Gemini. So depending on the size, we're going to go through your Gemini Junior, they're going to go through your Large Daddy Gemini, going to go through your Midi, they're even going to go through your Junior, that's your Junior. They're going to go through your Mini if you're using small cardstock. So let's move this one out of the way. So I've got these bits that I don't need. Then what I'm doing is if I set that one into the side, so this is where we're going to create that aperture within the middle. I've got some acetate, a little bit of acetate. So what we can do is we can bring this one around. Apparently you've got all these good comments coming through, and I thought Mr. iPad was sorted, but it's not. So let's go back to the phone in a moment. But what I'm doing is around the aperture of the die cut we've done, I'm putting my red liner tape. Red liner tape, if you need any, is in that Get It Got It Good bundle that you'll find on the website. So what we can do is we can pop that one there. So let's move these. What I'm going to do is let's get our comments up in a moment. There we go, so I can see what you're all saying. Then what I'm doing is if I bring in my Poke Tool. So Katie on YouTube, she wants to come and work with us because she says it sounds and seems really, really fun. It is. It absolutely is. It's not just what happens within this hour. Trust me, what happens in this hour is kind of like a recurring theme throughout the show. Certainly when we've got Ben and Joe holding the fort, that's for sure. Anything can happen. Anything can certainly happen when I'm on my own first thing in the morning. But we've got our acetate on the back here. Then what we can do is let's bring in our foam on a roll. And I'm going to bring in our foam on a roll. What we're going to do is we're going to go on the back again, and I'm going to pop my foam all the way round, and I'm going to make sure that I join it up. So where my finger is, what we need to do is make sure that that foam on a roll meets right up to that leading edge. So we can then feed that to the side and then pop that one here. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to work that to the side as well. So we've got no gaps in any of these four corners. What I am going to do, just to even out this bit of cardstock, let's add a wee bit more tape. I would, of course, you know me by now with my foam pads, I would add a lot more, but for time and speed, let's just use that one. Bringing in our card, then what we can do is, let's have a look. What have I got? What delights have I got underneath here? Let's see, what goodies? Oh, I've got some sequins, right here. Let's use sequins. You can use glitter, micro beads, or anything else that you've got at home. So what I can do is let's take the backing off just now. Taking the backing off our tape, and I've just said Katie on YouTube, so I passed my interview part 1. Yay, brilliant. Yep, you never, who knows? Well, put it this way, I started as crafting at home, and now look at me, like many of us, not only here at Crafters Companion, but throughout the craft industry, a lot of us were crafters at home, so you never know. Katie, we need to get you on Craft House. That's going to be a good start. Or Monday Makers, that would be a good one. We've got Connie saying, good morning, Craig. Hubby shoveled the snow last night and I tried to help. Made him hot chocolate. Good morning to the CCTV crew as well. Isn't that lovely? I think that's lovely, both shoveling the snow, but then also making them hot chocolate. What a perfect way to spend the night. Now what I'm doing is I just want to kind of like measure up here. What I'm doing is I like to pop my sequins or my glitter or whatever medium that I'm using into place. Then before I stick down, I'm going to make sure that we've got all of these bits up on into place. When I'm happy, I'm going to press that into place. So if I press that, because we've put that foam on a roll, because we've really butted it up against the leading edge, we get that shaker element. Then what we can do is we can come back in with this one, and let's bring in my dotty tape runner for this one. Keeping in mind, even the dotty tape runner, you're getting in that adhesive bundle. What I want to say as well, with the tape runners we've got, because ours are so strong, on our tape runners, whether it's the dotty or the straight edge, you've got 22 meters in total. Now, the leading adhesive company out in the world, here in the UK, which is actually a local company. Their very famous popular tape runners are incredible, but they are 12 meters. We are giving you 22 meters. So it goes to show how many you've got at home. Now here we go. This creates the basic concept of doing a shaker in with your cardstock. You can come along with all these additional elements and then start to decorate it. You've got the stamps, you've got the dies, you've got frames, you've got these layering roses as well that you could use. We've got the sentiments as well. But these are going to be coming up, first of all, 11 a.m. here in the UK, 6 a.m. Eastern Time or 3 a.m. Pacific Time on Craftful. And then once again, it's going to be later on tonight here in the UK, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. So what we're going to do is, before we have a chat to a very special guest of mine, let's have another few comments saying my tea's kind of gone a bit cold, so tea's always good enough when you're actually thirsty and you need a cuppa. So. Yeah, I know. Yeah, can I say that? Yeah, I can say that, can't I? Laura in my ear has just said, well, you know, to be honest, American made that cup of tea. Erin's American. So, yeah. Tea in America, it's different, isn't it? Well, they are weird. They don't have kettles. I love all you guys in America, just to say. Rightio, so, right, we've got... Cindy is saying, did you mention something about a craft along with Joe yesterday? Absolutely. We are now incorporating a brand new show. It's starting this Friday with myself and Joe. It's called Craft Along. First one is going to be our Nature Garden Peacock collection, where it's a bit like a masterclass, but one of the demos, we'll give you a bit of warning, if not today, over the next couple of days, of what the products you need to get together, because the collection's been out for a wee while, and you can craft along at home with me. So keep your eyes peeled on to our Facebook and Instagram and website. There'll be a lot lot more info as well. Also keep an eye out on your newsletter. So if you're not in the newsletter, go on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, sign up for a newsletter, and then you will then be able to get all the info that you need to know. Right, so what we're going to do is, let's take this cup of tea, and we're going to go for another live walk. We're going to then just head over into the other one. So we're going to go into the other set, and then what we're going to do, have a good chat to one of my very good friend of the family. So what we can then do is, coming up just in a moment, what I can do, I'm moving my iPad out the way, we are all good to go. So we have then got really good friend of my friend and the family as well. We've got Laura. Hiya, Laura.
Hi.
How you doing?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing really well. Thank you very much. I have to ask you, how are you doing with everything that's going on? And
oh, fine. Just trying to keep busy.
Well, that's
like
it.
Everybody else.
Yeah. So Laura is, well, I am biased, but you are an incredible dressmaker. That's something that you've been doing for quite a wee while now. You are, of course, as I alluded to, a really close family, the friend for, actually, can we say how many years? It's quite a long time, isn't it? Quite a long time.
Yeah, it's about 20 years, I think.
Something like that, yeah. Actually, as well, and we've even got a photo just coming up just in oh gosh. Oh, check out this photo just coming up on your screen. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. That's a total throwback, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's about 2003.
So that was that your graduation meal?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, for anyone just tuning as well, that was my mum that was in that photo as well. So that's quite a while ago. So Laura, what is it now? Obviously, I know what it is that you do and you like to do as a hobby as well as your business. What is it that you do and you like to do?
So I'm a dressmaker, preferably doing sort of wedding work, special occasion work, but yeah, all sorts of sewing basically. Anything that involves fabric, anything at all. I make dresses, christening gowns, cushions, anything at all, really. So, yeah, just love it, anything fabric-wise.
Yeah, you're always, even in whatever spare time you have, I know obviously at the moment with the thing that's going on, I know that, as you said, you've got a wee bit more spare time, but even then, when you are really busy, you're always still, it's kind of like me as well, because we've got that crafty bug, don't we? So we're always doing something or making something, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Any spare time, I'm pretty much sewing, cutting out fabric, or thinking of the next project. Got more ideas than time.
Yeah,
normally.
Yeah. But then even it's not just your sewing either, because things like the mug that I use and throws or home decor or that, you do that as well. I know you've done me cushion. You gave me a Christmas cushion, which I've still got out. So mugs and anything personalised or that you do as well.
Yeah, just love it really. Just anything crafty. All those years of watching a certain show years ago, I think, basically gave me the crafting bug, and yeah, I've been that ever since. So yeah, love it.
So what was it that actually initially got you into, crafting or sewing and dressmaking, soft crafts even?
I think my nana, so like my dad's mum, she sort of was a dressmaker, like used to make clothes and stuff, and I used to get things sent to her when I was a little girl, and I just thought, do you know what, I would just love to do that. Both my mum and my gran were knitters as well, so I can knit as well, and yeah, it's just something that's probably in the blood, but yeah, just love it, anything creative, and then that's been it. So
yeah, I know it's interesting to see as well, because I'll share things obviously because I'm predominantly I am card crafting and that, but then there's times that you'll message me and it's maybe giving you an idea of something to do within the sewing side of it, or or there's sometimes I see what you do and it's kind of like, right, how can I bring that into the card making side? So it's actually quite interesting how two of them can actually cross over and cross pollinate with the two crafts.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we've both had this love for a long time. So, yeah, and always kind of thought it was quite a separate thing, but it's not really. There's a lot of crossovers. And, I think when you turn something of a hobby into a job, that's when, you've done the right thing, and something that you love to do. So, yeah, absolutely.
So, actually, funny enough, for you saying that, so how did you then get into, because it's not actually generally something that I actually know, how did you go from, getting into your business, it is your business, from a hobby into your job, your business?
Well, I did it in stages. I didn't just sort of take a big, massive leap right at the start. So I worked in shops and things and then did it part-time and just slowly realised that there was people wanting me to maybe like shorten trousers for them, repair zips and things. And then it was always, if I went to a wedding or things, making myself outfits and then started doing it for friends and family, then just realised that, yeah, there was a niche out there. And because I loved it, I just thought, so yeah, just started spending more and more time doing it. And yeah, as you know, the hours then just increased. And sometimes I'm sewing round the clock, depending what time of year it is and weddings and things. So yeah, just did it really slowly at the start, because I think it is a massive leap. Yeah. So yeah, I just love it. And just, it's time consuming, but
it's the love, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the love. What we're going to do, Laura, is we're going to show a couple of these pictures again we showed right at the start. Can you talk us through, what it is that you've done?
So this is my stepsister Nicola's wedding dress that you can see. She just came to me with a rough idea of what she wanted, and I sort of just said to her, yep, absolutely, let's bring it to life. So yeah, that's probably one of my favourite wedding dresses that I've made. And it had, I think, 140 buttons, all hand sewn on. You probably can't see it in the picture, but right from the top of the dress, right down to the edge of the train, and all the lace was hand put on as well. So yeah, just brilliant. I love seeing it from somebody's idea to then a finished creation. This was a Highland dancing dress that I'd made. The girl had won a competition. So this was a bit different because the girl had to receive an award but also do a dance like wearing this dress, so obviously had to move and things, and yeah, it just incorporated the lace, and then all the crystals you can see were put on as well by hand. So yeah, I just love it. And I love the difference. Every day is different in my work, so no two outfits are the same. So it's great. And
look at these. How cute are these?
Yeah, these are my nieces. So my cousin loves giving them all the same outfits, but slightly different. So she sort of said, can you think of something? And so yeah, this was for big sister, middle sister, and then wee sister, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good to see. Yeah. And then I just want to actually correspond, because it's something that we've talked about as well, because it's something that I get asked, how did I get to where I am? How did you get to where you are? And obviously, social media is a big thing, but it's just getting your thing seen out there. As you say, you'll make a dress for someone and someone, oh, that's lovely, can you do one for me? And I'm the same with the cards. Obviously, I know it's my job now. It's not something I do so much as a business as such, but it's just been seen, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Social media has helped. Great. You're much better at it than I am, I must say. That's probably because I'm just a little bit older than you. But yeah, I mean, I think that's it. And generally, my business, a lot of it's been word of mouth. So yeah, somebody's seen somebody wearing a dress that I've made and said, where did you get that? And then so it's just, on recommendations, and great, that's what you want.
Yeah. Absolutely, it really, really is. And I would like to say that we'll put a strap up for our Instagram page, but she still doesn't have one yet. And I'm still working on her, so she could put all of our dresses and all of that on. Laura, just so many lovely comments. And Laura and Adam in the gallery are saying there's so many coming through about how gorgeous that your work is. But you're going to stick around, aren't you, for the next demo? You kind of like give me a little bit of a helping hand via the world of Skype. Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Rightio. So what we're going to do is just in a moment, Laura will be joining us again. What I'm going to do is I'm away to head across to our demo area again. But what I want you to do is have a look at this. This is what you can expect on Softer Side later on today, 1 p.m. here in the UK, or 8 a.m. Eastern Time or 5 a.m. Pacific Time. And this is going to be Softer Side, and this is all about the rotating cutting mat and folding ruler. Two pieces within this one here, and this is where you are able to, as it kind of says, you're able to do the cutting of your fabric. I presume so, hence the name, not something I do a lot. Usually if I've done anything like this on a Tuesday, Bernie's about, our resident softcraft expert, but then we've also got another expert as my friend, Laura. So she, just in a moment, she's going to be coming back, and we'll have, who knows where this chat will go. We'll do a bit of cutting. Maybe she'll be able to talk me through if I'm doing bits right, or you never know, I might just end up with shards of, I don't know why I'm looking at you, Sam. Sorry, I don't know why. So if you can help me, let help. But we do, we've got Laura. So as I say, this as well as many things are coming up on Softer Side later on. Right, so, but we'll have a go. I think we should have a go. So I think we'll wait to get Laura just to pop back in a moment as well. Laura, I would presume you're familiar with cutting mats and rulers and rotary things when it comes to soft crafts. Yes. Anything now? I wasn't able to give you a bit of a teaser beforehand as to what it is, but you know, is it cutting fabric? I've got fabric here. Is it pretty much easy for someone that's never done any soft crafting? Would I use a rotating mat? Is it beneficial? So many questions. I don't know if I'm asking the right ones, but.
Yeah, no, definitely beneficial. I think for somebody that's a novice, it's the easiest way to cut fabric straight for the start. I would just say take your time. The rotary blades are super sharp.
Okay.
And always cut away from yourself. Don't cut towards yourself.
Right.
I had an injury at the start of lockdown where I didn't follow my own rules and cut towards me.
You did.
And yeah, so always cut away. It's a bit like a pizza cutter.
Okay.
That's the way I kind of describe a rotary cutter, but it is a fantastic piece of equipment. The fabric doesn't move in the same way as it does when you cut with scissors.
Okay.
So you don't have that, you know, the up and down motion of opening and closing
Yeah.
scissors. So yeah, they're fantastic. And when you put a ruler down on top of the fabric, it weights the fabric so it stabilizes it for cutting it. So yeah, they're brilliant. Once you start using them, you'll never go back.
Really,
They're
really,
fantastic,
obviously.
yeah.
And that's good actually, you saying that as well, because, you know, we do have Bernie at Crafters Companion, but it's also nice to get, you know, someone else's take from, you know, not within the company. So it's nice to hear that. But when it comes to the cutting mat, this is a rotating one. Is there any beneficial reasons as to having one that's actually rotating?
Yeah, I think if you don't have a lot of space, maybe for where you do your crafting or cutting fabric, obviously when you've got one that's a stationary mat, you can have to walk around the table or move yourself. Whereas if you're sitting and you don't have a lot of space, you obviously then just turn the mat rather than actually moving yourself. So
yeah, all right.
Absolutely.
Okay, right, what I'm going to do is, I don't know how clear you can see this, Laura. I've got some fabric here. So within this ruler we've got is the expanding one. So it's what is that? It must be about 6 by 6, but actually folds out to what must be about 24 inches it must be. So 6 by 24 in total. Is there anything beneficial for having a ruler in that way? I suppose maybe size, because,
Yeah, I think as well, it's kind of combines almost 3 rulers in one. So you've got the smaller one, you can fold it right down and that gives you a 6 by 6 square. Then you can obviously just fold one piece in, you'll have it in 2/3 and then a full length ruler. Very handy for traveling if you are taking your kit somewhere, because obviously the bigger rulers, you can't fold them. So yeah, I would definitely say that's a fantastic idea, having a foldable ruler, definitely.
Brilliant. Yeah, so this one that we've got, have you got anything like this?
I've got one, but it doesn't fold, so I'm very jealous of your folding one, Craig.
Right.
I'm not going to lie.
don't you worry. Check out the post because there'll be one coming to you. I'll make sure of that one. What I'm going to do, Laura, is I know you'll be able to see as well from up above. I'm going to tidy this edge. Now, I know with our ones we've got grids and lines and all that, but as you say, I've got our Threaders rotary trimmer. So am I using that the right way? I presume. There we go.
You'll find out.
I'm pointing away from it. I don't know. It's maybe like, I don't know if it's going to shoot out. It's like the Ninja Turtles that had one of these things, the discs, where they shoot out. Anyway, so what we could do is I'm just going to do this leading edge. I'm going to tidy it up. So you say go away from you.
Away from yourself, yeah.
Right. And just, suppose, end like that, just up against the ruler.
Yeah, right against the ruler, put a bit of pressure on it, so a bit of weight on it, and then hopefully if the blade's nice and sharp, your fabric, there you go.
There you go. Now, I know Laura's going to roll her eyes and go, that was easy, but I am well chuffed with that. Consider I've done very little soft crafts other than the tiny, tiny little bits that maybe Bernie has shown me. Laura, thank you so much for coming on. I've wanted you on since we started this show. I managed to actually get it to work out with Skype and everything like that. I've not been able to have a look at the comments just yet, but producer Laura and Adam was saying incredible comments for your work and seeing you popping on with me as well. So definitely, will you come on again?
Of course,
Brilliant.
Absolutely, be delighted to.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Laura. I'll give you a WhatsApp later on today for a chat, and stay safe and stay well, and hopefully
You too.
see you soon at some point.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Love you, Laura. See you later. Oh, that was so good. I'm well chuffed with that bit of cutting. There we go. Don't know what I'll do with that bit. Do you know what? I'll treasure that bit. Good memories. But there you go. So you've got that from Laura as well. So not only having Bernie's take on it, we've got another expert as well that uses these sorts of products at home. So all of these different elements, when it comes to softer side, are going to be on softer side. Later on today, I'll go over the times just shortly for you. But what you might also want, and the reason I've picked this one out is because this would actually be good for a paper crafter as well. This is our kind of like our desk tidy, our tool tidy. Now this is for putting all of your soft crafts things in. I don't know, maybe not necessarily blades or anything like that. This may be, gosh, I think I got rid of Laura a bit too early, didn't I? Anything that you've got your soft craft stuff that you could pop with in the middle. However, if anything, what you will be able to do is, if I bring in my tote bag, so I've got my Tiffany tote bag here. This is all my bits and pieces. So you can see it's all like silicone within the middle here. And it's all stretchy. So we're able to then put lots of different things within there. Actually, I'm trying to think as well. Actually, yeah, any of your rulers or anything like that, you'd be able to pop into the middle. What we can do is, if I bring in, let's bring in my ball tools. If you've seen my Instagram last week, I spent ages tidying this up and I'm going to have to do it again. But I suppose, there we go. So we've got all these different shapes. We've got all of these different areas that we could pop our tools in. So, well, because these all really tidy, whether it is our ball tools for our flower forming, you know, it could be our bone folders. Maybe you just want to keep your desk tidied. Maybe you want to keep it a little bit organised, as well as maybe having your side caddy for your Gemini. It's a nice accessory just to have throughout. Maybe, I don't know, little things around the kitchen or that you want to use and tidy up and just have at the side. What about, it's a good one there, producer Laura's just saying, what about makeup brushes that you can then put in? Little paint brushes if you're doing any of either, you know, painting at home, maybe you're doing any paint work, maybe you're an artist. Colouring pens if you're doing your tri-blends, maybe you're doing your classiques, aqua pencils, anything like that. You can then maybe get the colours that you need, have them sitting out, and then you can then pop all of them in so they're nice, settled, ready for you to be using time and time again. Let's see if I've got, so if I make a bit of space, let's see, I might be pushing it here, but let's have a look at our, oh no, even our die release tool would sit nicely in there as well. So we've got all of these different things that you can be popping, whether it is your soft craft. Let's see if, so if I've got my, so I've got the protection bit on, so I don't know if that's maybe, yeah, maybe a bit overload. I wouldn't go as far as big as, what's the shot? You know, at least you know it at home. But what I'm going to do is just finish off, put in a wee bit more in. So could be an office tidy. You know, if maybe you don't do any crafting, maybe with so many people, certainly here in the UK, working from home a lot more, and it looks so when all this is over with, and it will be over with, you know, we just don't know when, but a lot more people are still going to be working from home. So even things like if you're an architect, if you've got your rulers, you've got your pencils, all these fine pencils, you know, you'll be able to use them on your desk. Could be a little gift, you can have a few of them, but for, well, $9.99 or $9.99 really is a good product to be able to use throughout your crafting, or just, actually, it could be even a good one to follow on from our yesterday crafty life hacks. We'll be doing that in a minute, but a nice one that's it's brought to you for the intention of soft craft or crafting. Absolutely, this could be a product that you could be using anywhere around the house as well, maybe in the bathroom, toothbrushes or that, you know, if you've got them at the side, maybe when you've got the, I'm having a look, if I've got my glue gel, you know, things, I do, things like your toothbrushes, you know, when you start to roll up the ends of your toothpastes, so once it's all rolled up, you know, and you've got it as far as it'll go, then that would then definitely slot into the actual little nooks and crannies, because it's silicone, really, really good. Do you know, so I don't actually even know if, I don't even know if Laura's still watching, she probably is, so I don't know if she's got something like this, so I'll send one to her as well, as a little gift to say thank you. Oh, absolutely, will come in so handy wherever you're going to be able to use it throughout your crafting. So let's bring in the comments and let's see what everyone else is saying. Cindy is saying, love to see Craig work in Softcrafts on Tuesday. I am enjoying it. I am enjoying it. Very, very beginner, that is for sure. So you never know, you might be able to watch me advance over time. Maybe if we get Bernie in and maybe a few more times, if twist Laura's arm and then get her on a few more times as well, that would be good. Judy Cowles, is the red liner tape stronger than the tape runner? Yes. Tape runner is really strong. Red liner tape is even stronger. So good if you want to do your construction, but you don't want to use your wet glue. Red liner tape, you can pop your glitter onto it. You can even do heat embossing as well onto it as well. So many different things with your red liner tape. Then we've got we've got Lynn saying, I only use the CC tape pens, the straight and the dotty ones. Big thumbs up. So many are loving them. Connie Batiste on YouTube saying, I heard British tea is so different. I love tea and would love some someday. Yeah, I do like a cup of tea. I do. Who doesn't? What I want to do is, yeah. Yes, Laura, even in my Lush cup. Even in my Lush cup. So yeah, there we go. Nice cup of tea. Love a bit of a cup of tea. Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to move on and we're going to go into our crafty life hacks. Now, this is something, it's still following on from the soft crafts. This is something now you are, if you've not already met him before, you will tomorrow. We've got Liam. Liam does all of our kind of like our, what does Liam do? You know, he does VT, he does graphics, you know, when Sarah's on TV, you know, when it comes to here in the UK, HSN, he does vision mixing, he does a lot, a really talented guy. So it was his idea, because he does a lot with Bernie when it transmits out to Create and Craft next door, and it was his idea. So this is our snap fastener toolkit. So the reason I got mine, and I bought mine, was because of Liam as well. What I've been doing is, with the snap fastener, so I've been trying to find ways to make it easier because we're all having to wear masks, and obviously we don't want to try and handle them too much or pop them in pockets too much, always making sure that we're washing them. But what I was doing is I got the idea from Bernie, who gave it to Liam, and I got it, is I've been using this for my masks, which incidentally, it's Laura that makes all of my masks. So when you see me with my masks on, it's Laura that makes them. And it's handy because each of them have got a little snap fastener on them. And I don't have one on this trousers, but on my jeans, I've got the opposite side. So I can even just snapping them on. So I'm not losing them. They're kind of getting that bit of keeping it within that fresh air instead of being stuck in pockets. So let's show you how it works. Let's bring in a bit of the fabric here. So let's bring back this black fabric, and what we'll do is we'll use this white fastener, and let's just quickly bring in, I'm going for it, you know, I've got the knack now. What I'm going to do is I don't want to get into trouble from Laura later, so let's use my ruler. And I'm not going to do this straight, I literally just want a little strip so that I can then use, is it the positive or the negative of the snap fastener. So what I'm going to do is, so Laura says push away. So if I push away, brilliant, excellent. So that's just got this bit here. So what I can do is if I then bring all of my bits in, so we can then bring in the snap fastener here, and I've got some white. We've got additional tools within the snap fastener. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know what all the different tools will enable you to do. I know the basics of doing the snap fastener. This is when softer side or shows with Bernie, they're going to be really educational where she can talk you through all the different tools. But what I do know is we've got the snap fastener tool that we've got here, and leave it the way that it comes. You don't need to change anything, although you do get additional components, but use it as it comes in the packet. You already get all these different colours: purple, pink, red, brown, black, yellow, lime green, baby blue, and also white. So what you can then do is you can match any of your trousers or your dresses or your skirts, anything like that. Or if you want to do edging of the handbags, because you don't have to use these for initial or for actual snap fastening, maybe decoration if you want. You do out there, you do get different shapes and designs other than circles, so you can have a look at them. But what we're going to do is let's bring out a few of them. So I need two that have it's like a drawn pin. So we've got this one here. So we've got that one. So I need two of them. Then I need what is the positive. So it's like a wee disc with a raised area in the middle. And then I need another one that's very similar, but it's not as raised. It's more of an indent bit, so we can see. So this is where this one snaps into that one. So what I can do is if I bring in here, now I do know I've got a little pokey tool, so I'm going to pop that one through. So what I'm going to do is if I bring in my little drawn pin here, and then I'm going to feed that one through the little hole that I've done, that we can see. And then I always remember Bernie saying, what we can then do is bring in our positive snap fastener. So that goes over the top. Feed that one in. And then as I'm holding it very, just lightly at the moment, just make sure it twirls around so we've got it in the right place. And then just kind of like do 1, 2, 3, bit of pressure. Then that sets that one in, that we can see here. Then I'm going to do exactly the same on this side, just to say I do know this tool enables you to pop a little hole through if you want to, do it as a guide. So let's pop that one through. And then we're going to do exactly the same. So we're going to feed that snap fastener through into here, through the hole that we've done. Bring in that negative side here. And then once again, we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to feed that one in. And I'm holding just a little bit of pressure here, just not enough to condense it, but just enough to get that nice free-flowing swirly movement, so I know it's in the right place. And then once again, we're going to do 1, 2, 3. And then if I remove this one, and then what we can do then is we then pop them together, so we can clip them, and then as we pull, and then we've got our snap fastener. So one side would be, if you do the way that the reason I bought it for, one side would be on your mask, and then the other side would be on your trousers, and it just means that you're not going to misplace it, you're not going to lose it, and then it just means it's always with you when you need. But it's good for so many different ways, whether it is for decorations, whether it is, obviously for things like that, to stay safe, to stay healthy and stay well, then of course you can do. But it really is a nice little tool that you can be using throughout at home. As I would say, it could be decoration purposes, or maybe you just want to add a little bit of kind of like coloured bling onto any of maybe your dresses or coats or trousers. But do let me know, go into the comments, and you can see right along the bottom, we've got the strap there for you. If you can let me know, maybe you've got yours. What do you use yours for? Or what have you used yours for? Or is there something different you would use it for? Not necessarily, are you going to be buying it? Maybe you're not going to buy it, but you know what you would do with it. Let me know. Could be your little life hack, or if you've got any other crafty life hack. For instance, yesterday we used our tape runner to actually wrap our presents. So you could be doing something like that. Maybe used our glue gel to fix a number plate. So either in the comments, you can see that right along the bottom there, let us know, or you can even drop us an email. So just go into your email and then just send us an email at studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and then just say, crafty life hack, and what is it that you use and what do you use it for? So it'd be good to know. And you never know, you might just see me, demonstrate it throughout one of the Wake Up Call with Craig shows. Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to focus on my last pick of the show. And with this one here, this is something that I really, really am, I really love this one. I launched it on HSN America just a couple of weeks ago. This is Knitwit, this is Bloom and Grace Complete Collection. So what we're going to do is a moment, I am going to show you the boards in a wee bit more detail, and then we'll do a very quick demonstration. But Knitwit, in case you want to know, is Knitwit are a digital company, and they have been for many, many years. So they do all your digital crafting, your digital toppers, backgrounds that you can then print at home or design online. But then what we've done is they've got a huge following. They are Canadian, so they've got a huge following across in the US of A and Canada, but they do have a huge following here. Now, for crafters, they've wanted to bring you core physical crafting products. Now, maybe biased, but who better to actually bring physical core crafting products to you than Crafters Companion? So what we can do is let's show you some of these boards. So if you go with that ultimate bundle that you'll be seeing later on today on launch party, you're going to be able to see we've got 12 by 12 paper pads. Now with all these ones here, so this one here are all die cut. So we've got butterflies, we've even got little tabs, we've got swans that you can see here, we've got lots of different tags, we've got little accents as well, we've got borders that you can see here. All of these ones are die cut. You don't need to do any die cutting, you don't even need a die cutting machine. Next paper pad, we've got our core cardstock here. So you've got all these gorgeous colorways as well. I'm not going to flick through them all because you can see them here, but they're all 12 by 12 uncoated, which means you can ink and also stamp onto. And then we're even giving you these pattern papers. Keeping in mind, pattern papers that come from Knitwit usually are in digital form. Now we are giving you the actual physical crafting products. Lots of different designs, all double-sided that you can see here. As I say, we can then stamp onto them and ink onto them as well. Cut them down for your cards, or I know that you guys do stateside a lot of scrapbooking more than we do. Even giving you some of your sentiment stamps that you can be using within your projects as well. So you're getting all of these are acrylic stamps, so really good quality. Then we're giving you stamps as well as the dies, so you can colour and then you can then die cut out, but then you can use them individually if you want. But then my personal favourite, we have got decoupage. Now with this decoupage, it's all die cut for you, so you can then be layering it up yourself. All you need to do is pop them out the pad. You don't need to do any die cutting. Bring in your foam pads either from that Get It Got It Good bundle or even your glue gel. Really, really great collection. I absolutely adore it. I was so pleased to be able to launch it on HSN, and it just launched here in the UK on Crafters TV literally the other day. But we're doing more of a launch preview later on today, or well, a launch kind of focal later on today on Launch Party. So what we're going to do, very, very quick demo on this one here. I've got a card blank, ivory card blank, which is 7 by 7. Brought in one of these beautiful papers that you can see here. Absolutely exquisite on these papers. So what I'm going to do is I've got my tape already on the back because I'm well organised. You can, of course, use your tape runner that you've got within that bundle. So what we can do is we can take all of these off. And what this card is going to show you is how you can create a really nice card just using some of the die cut elements as well as the papers. So we're going to pop that into the middle. Now, many of you eagle-eyed viewers will notice I've not done any matting and layering. Look, I've gone straight onto my card blank. This collection absolutely allows you to do that and works so well. The only additional product I've used is our circle nesting dies, but you could be using, and if you're a new crafter, even if you had something round like a cup or that you could draw around and cut out, you could do it that way. But we've brought in one of these pattern papers as well. All the pattern papers are double-sided. You've got a real focal detail image on one side, more of a subtle shade on the back. So I'm layering this one up, and then what I'm going to do is I've got my pads on the back here, so we're good to go, and layering this one up. Good thing with these, what you're about to see in a moment, is if you don't have to use your foam pads if you don't want to, because what I am away to do is bring in these butterflies. Keeping in mind that paper pad with the butterflies are all die cut, so you don't need to do any fussy cutting yourself. So I've popped out a few of them. Let's go in with my tape runner on this one. I'm going to just use my straight edge for this. So I've taken one of the large butterflies and two of the smaller ones, and I'm going to pop my adhesive on the back, and I'm only popping it down the center of the body, and we're going to lift this one up, and let's pop it into the middle here. Then what I'm going to do is let's bring in these other two here. Now this is where I mean that you don't necessarily have to put this layer on foam pads, because we're going to be getting the height when it comes to the wings of the butterfly. So let's pop our adhesive on. But let's face it, we all know by now it's near impossible for me to do a card or a project or anything without having a foam pad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pokey tool in the center just so I can lift the wings up. There. And then let's do the same with this last one. Pop this one into place there. I'm going to press that again, lift the wings, and then finishing off, bringing in one of these die cut sentiments, something that is so relevant just now, just to be kind to everyone. Everyone's going through so many different mixed emotions. Some people are finding life at the moment fine. Some people are really struggling. So we just need to remember just to be kind. We never know what anyone is going through behind the scenes in their life. So whether it is a friend, a family, someone that you just want to send a little loving message to, little card to, you can then just send a card. 7 by 7, it could be smaller if you want to. Nice card just to make someone smile that you can see here. And because some of these double-sided pattern papers are more of a subtle, means you can use them for the inserts as well if you so wish. So what we can do is, if I then bring in, what I'm going to do, dropping that one, let's just quickly show you these boards very, very quickly. It gives you an idea of what you can create using the elements. So what we can do is, there's the toppers, so all die cut for you, so you don't need to do any layering. All of these you're going to see in a lot more detail later on today on Launch Party, 4 p.m. here in the UK, 4 p.m, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, or it is 8 a.m. Pacific Time. Don't forget all of these shows, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, next week, last week, you'll always be able to catch up on whether it is our website or of course on YouTube. So we've got Fiona, the legend is back in the building today, and she's going to be in and she's going to be on the show as well. And I believe she's maybe got a couple of Hunky Dory products as well. So you can tune in and speak of the devil, and I can actually see her all the way through. She just popped in through on the window. So she is in the building. Let's have a look. Before we finish, we are then going to have a look, see what everyone else is saying. We've got Teresa saying, Sarah calls them innie and outie parts. That's obviously for the snap fastener. That's a good way. I kind of like that. Really good way as to how to explain them. We've then got Maria saying, love the papers, beautiful butterflies. So love this collection. It really is gorgeous. Really is gorgeous. Whenever I actually refer to the Blooming Grace collection, I always say as well, many of you eagle-eyed viewers out of the US noticed that we launched on HSN Positivity collection. It's not been forgotten, don't worry. Don't worry. Then we've got Christine on YouTube saying, hi Craig, just love Wake Up Call. One to one, just discovered you. Love it, love it. Thank you so much. This is what I love as well. Trust me, I do get nervous each morning before we go live because it is just me for the full hour, but I have an absolute blast with the guys in my ear and all of you at home. Now, as you may have already kind of worked upon, Friday is game day. So what we want is, do you want to be a part of game day? Do you want to be a part of it? Then what we want to do is do let us know. You know, you never know. You could be part of game day on a Friday, something that we've been doing, and it's something that you absolutely love to watch. So maybe you want to then be a part of it. Did you see me just walking into that couch there? I thought I got away with it, and I seen on the camera that I didn't. Oh well, good way to end. Maybe you do want to be a part of the game day, the show. Come and join us. So you could be Skyping in, obviously at the moment with everything going on. Who knows what may happen in the future? We maybe get you in the building, but at the moment it's going to be via Skype and you can take part. If you want to, then what you want to do is just give us an email. Just send us an email at studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Just give me your name and just say that you want to be a part of game day, and the team will be in touch in due course as to have you a part of Friday game day. Gosh, that's another busy day, isn't it? Now, busy day. That's me for today. One show. I say that's me for the day. I do have a lot of prep for our upcoming shows. But throughout today, we've got, it's between, not only is Fiona in the building, the boss is in the building, Sarah's in the building, she's going to be part of the shows. It's, now is it Joe presenting all day? So it's Joe's presenting all day, but we've gone between Sarah and Fiona for all of the shows. Now, for anyone wondering, Bernie as well, she's going to be part of Softer Side. So as you can see, show times all the way down here. So kickstarting just shortly, in an hour's time, we've got Craftfall, 11 a.m. here in the UK, 6 a.m. Eastern Time, 3 a.m. Pacific Time. However, we have got the same show, but different demos later on today, and that is 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. That one's going to be with Fiona. First Craftfall is with Sarah. It's Sarah, is it? Yeah, it is indeed. Then what we've got, Softer Side out, 1 p.m. here in the UK, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 5 a.m. Pacific Time. That is going to be with Bernie, so you'll see all the things I showed you and a lot more. And let's be honest, you'll get to demonstrate them a lot better than I did. And then what we've got is Launch Party, where we showed you the nitwit just a moment ago. That's 4 p.m. here in the UK, 11 a.m. Eastern Time or 8 a.m. Pacific Time. But of course, you know me by now. I'm going to be here same time tomorrow, 9 a.m. here in the UK, 4 a.m. Eastern Time, 1 a.m. Pacific Time. We're going to have the uber talented Liam. So anything that you see when it comes to graphics and everything like that, he is part of that team. So we'll have a good chat as well. He loves loves his singing, he loves his theatre, so we'll have a good chat with him as well to see what he does when he's not here at Crafters Companion. So it's going to be a good show. Thank you so much, everyone that was tuning in, and personally, thank you so much for all the lovely comments and love that you gave to Laura. It's really, really lovely to read. But I will be back at the exact same time, as I say, tomorrow for another day, another jam-packed day of Wake Up Call with Craig. Enjoy your day on Crafters TV. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you tomorrow. See you later. Bye.